Good morning, afternoon, evening, YouTube, whenever you are watching this video. So what are we on now? It's the 3rd of July, so we're halfway through the year. Amazing. And yes, I am about to take a drive to the gym, in for lower one today. So I thought, I've never filmed this session on my channel before because I usually do the session on a Monday and I'm really busy, but it's actually a Wednesday today. My sessions are a bit all over the place this week. I only trained 4 times last week because I had a photo shoot. I ran a 12-week photo shoot challenge, which went amazingly well, by the way. Everyone absolutely smashed it and had a great time. It was a really successful day, and I will be running another one. Dates to be announced very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you do want to get involved, the shoot will be at the back end of the year and we'll be starting the prep for that shoot soon, if that's something that you're interested in. Not necessarily a prep as well, by the way, just literally 12 weeks of working with myself one-to-one, being just like any of my other clients, just at a discounted rate. So you get to experience what coaching is like with myself for 12 weeks. And then at the end of it, there is a shoot, which can be for whatever you want it to be for. Literally, like, it's not about getting shredded. It's literally about just enjoying the day, feeling confident, especially potentially if you've never done a shoot before. It's a nice way to kind of integrate yourself into the shoot. And the girls on Saturday generally found that it was just a really good confidence booster, really pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. But anyway, that aside, that was on Saturday. I trained with my client Lottie, who is currently just under 6 weeks out from her bikini competition. So it was good to see her in person. We went to Ultraflex North Leeds. And yeah, basically North Leeds and Normanton Ultraflexes are both a half-hour drive for myself. So I thought I would head to Normanton today because I prefer the drive, to be honest, even though it's on the motorway. It's like, it's just easier than going to North Leeds, which, because it's the opposite side of Leeds for me, it involves just like driving through the city centre. It takes half an hour as well, even though you're going less distance. And it's just not a very fun drive, to be honest. I prefer just bombing down the motorway. So yeah, this is the Conte Sports EAAs. It's like the mango flavour. Looks very sus, but it's very nice actually. Yeah, I just got it from my the supplement company I work with, so Supplement Supply UK. Always giving them a little cheeky mention. You can always use my code Emily10 to get discount on all your supplements. So if you don't already use my code, please do support me because it really helps. Literally anything, Perform Whey, your EAAs from like several brands, your pre-workouts, all your supplements. Just use my code and go on that website that is in my bio and is in the description below, and I'd massively appreciate it. But anyway, I'm going to head to Normanton. Like I said, I just prefer the drive. I do like the vibe of the gym, although I did really enjoy the North Leeds vibe, to be honest. I feel like North Leeds is kind of where everyone who's ever trained in Leeds for the last like 10 years goes to. So like, yeah, I just bump into everyone I know. Literally on the way from like the entrance to the changing room, I bumped into like 2 people. One of them's like a really good friend of mine as well. So yeah, it's just like nice to have chats with people and catch up and stuff. Let me see, the North Leeds, the Normanton destination. I can't think if it's in here. Yep, Normanton.
The routes are being calculated.
So it should take me 32 minutes.
Please select a route.
Yeah, so it's 17 miles away. So I'm going to head there now. Like I say, it's in for my lower one session because I'm all out of sync with the weekend and stuff. I trained lower on Sunday and I never usually train on a Sunday. So all out of sync.
Please follow the road
for
150 yards.
Love the car sat nav. But yeah, going to head there because I'm all out of sync. I'm doing lower today and I'm away in London this weekend anyway. So I'm only going to get 3 sessions in really. Unless if you count Sunday, then Sunday I trained on Tuesday. Well, yesterday. I'm training today, taking tomorrow off, training on Friday, and that's it. And then I'm away all weekend, so a bit of a different week, but gonna smash it today, get on that pendulum, Atlantis pendulum, and see what I can move, and I will show you the session. So I'll see you there. Okay, so that is the session done. Probably didn't film as much as I originally planned to. I just kind of, there's only one set on the pendulum and one set on the leg press, and I already did my pendulum set. I'll sort of put it here, but yeah, then it was a new pendulum, like as in a new version of the Atlantis. So previously when I've done like, I think it was like 3.75 plates, or in normal person speak, like putting 320s on and a 15, and that was fine. But this time it was like, there was no way I was doing more than 3 plates. So yeah, I just did the 3 for 6 reps, and that was heavy. Like the general like setup and the feel of the actual pendulum was a lot different, and harder. So yeah, I didn't do more than 3 plates, but it was still a good set. Leg press, there's a lot of leg presses in a row in Normanton gym. Most of them are too big for me, so like my legs are too short to work with them. So I found the one that was like the least of an issue, and it was still an issue. So I didn't feel like I got the best range of motion on that set, but it was what it was. Anyway, now I'm not quite hungry yet, to be honest with you. I could eat, like I had to buy a grenade bar. I always forget this. If you go to Ultraflex Normanton, there's a £10 minimum card spend and it's £9.50 for a day pass. So I bought a grenade bar, an Oreo grenade bar, which I could eat now, but shall I eat now before I go home? I could do. Might have a bite. Just think it's 20 grams of, not the best like nutritional value you can possibly get, but tastes fucking nice, and it's 20 grams of protein plus 20 grams of carbs, which is actually pretty good as like a post-workout immediate kind of snack. So yeah, this is what I bought to get my minimum card spend up. It's so good. I actually bought these for the girls that did the photo shoot on Saturday. Like, I made them all a nice goodie bag, and I bought these for everyone. Like, so that's how much I like them. I wanted to make sure everyone else got one for after the shoot. But yeah, all in all, a good session. I feel like the atmosphere in Normanton is a bit dead in the middle of the day, which sometimes I like, because I like the fact that there's not too many people there. But today it made me feel a bit like, not much going on. I feel like I need to kind of give North Leeds a chance as well and see which one I generally prefer. But to be honest, having the variety, having the option is the best thing in the world. So I can't complain really. I'll have to see what North Leeds is like, to be honest, like midweek. 'Cause I probably have been midweek, but only with a videographer. So it's like last week I came here with a videographer and filmed my content day. And obviously it's different when you're with a videographer, because you're kind of socialising the whole time and you're chatting. So you don't notice the atmosphere in the gym, whereas like when you're on your own, you notice it more. So yeah, it was okay today. Perfectly acceptable session. I'll talk through it properly when I get home. Overlay the clips that I actually did film and let you know how it went properly. So like I said, the leg press, always a struggle for me depending where I go. This particular one, I've had the issue before. I think when I went to Ultraflex Durham a couple of months ago, I found it where it bottoms out for me and I've not quite got like the full depth I would like. So I do find that really irritating, even when I put my foot on the lowest of the platform to try and get a little bit more knee flexion. I still can't get the best range of motion. Like, it literally bottoms out. So not an amazing set, but it was okay. I mean, considering I've only got one set on the pendulum and one set on the leg press, I do obviously want to make the most of both sets. So I felt like I couldn't do more on the pendulum. Like, I don't know how that set looked, but for me, like, I know I would not have got another rep on my own. So I felt like I couldn't get any more out of the set. Whereas with the leg press, the lack of depth did annoy me slightly. But, you know, at the end of the day, still massively quaddy based on the fact that, yeah, like, that was as deep as I could go. So it was okay. It was fine. I failed to mention this, but I do start my session with 2 sets on the hamstring curl. I had to use the lying hamstring curl today, but it should have been the seated, but that was in use, the hammer strength one that I wanted. So I just went on the lying curl for 2 sets. I'll probably look to escalate that to 3, to be honest, going forward. I feel like, you know, recovery is really good at the moment in general, playing with a lot of food and just feeling fine. So I'll probably look to do 3 sets on the hamstring curl next week. But this was the leg extension. I always use the prime when I've got the chance. As you can see, I've got a 10 kg plate loaded on the top, so that it does make it harder in the shortened range. So it's cool that you can do that on prime kit. But yeah, I always do 3 sets on the leg extension. So that was that for this week. Next up could have been hyperextensions, but because of the session, like sort of general mess around this week, I actually did hyperextensions with Lottie on Sunday. Instead, then I did the hip thrust. This is like the booty builder. The machine's actually called booty builder. I personally find it's the best out of all the general glute drive machines I've used, or any general hip thrust variation, to be honest. The cable attachment, obviously, as you can see at the bottom, like really does hold the tension on throughout, and you can bring the seat, like the backrest, further forward and back, so I can bring it forward for myself. So as you can kind of see there, I've got a bit of a 90-degree angle going on with my legs, and if I was to stretch further back, I would just get too much hamstring. But where I am there, I can just get all glute and yeah, obviously no quad as well from the general setup, which is something that I really always want to prioritise. So I do really like this booty builder machine. And as another swap, I'd usually finish the session with dumbbell lateral raises. As you know, I finish all my sessions with some form of lateral raises just because I really am looking to build my delt caps this off season. So instead, because I'm at Ultraflex Normanton, I like to, why not use some different kit? So I've gone with the Atlantis seated lateral raise machine, which I've used it before. I really do like it, and just a variation because obviously I can do dumbbells anytime. So yeah, just a slight switch up this session. Obviously I went with, instead of doing the hyperextension, I went with the hip thrust, which to me is, it's all just a hip hinge at the end of the day, just trying to hit my glutes. It's like just sometimes that's what you've got to think of when you're training, is like, what can I swap this exercise for that's going to be the exact same movement pattern? So I just thought, why do dumbbells when I can do machine laterals instead? So that is what I did here. Really good like general connection and a very effective machine. So that was the end of the session. So I hope you enjoyed this short but sweet YouTube video. I just thought, let's get another one out, show you where I'm at, just off-season vibes still, and recovery vibes as well, obviously. I've had my injury. It's not amazing, but it's a damn sight better. As you can see, I'm back up to training full capacity. I went back into everything last week. So last week was my first week of like pressing and stuff. I pressed twice last week. I'm obviously just going to be pressing again twice this week. So I'll press again on Friday. So usually at full volume and full kind of 5 sessions a week, I would be doing 3 presses a week. So potentially next week we'll be back to business. I believe I'll be able to train 5 times next week and go back to my usual schedule after the weekend off. So sometimes that's just what happens, guys. Like you can't, when you've got social events and things going on and business events and all sorts going on, like you cannot always do. I think this is what, I try and get some of my clients to understand sometimes when they do have a 5-day split, like you've got to be free on the weekend to make a 5-day split work. So sometimes when you're not free on the weekend, you're not going to be able to do those 5 sessions. And that, therefore, you fit the 4 quality sessions into the week. So, you could be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest Thursday, and then back on Friday. Because I always say never do more than 3 sessions in a row. If you can do that, you're probably not training hard enough. So you can always fit 4 quality sessions into the week if you are busy on the weekend. But sometimes, you're not going to be able to do your full 5-day split. And that's just the way it is. You've got to be, pretty dedicated to the gym and have not a lot going on otherwise, to be honest, to be able to train 5 times a week consistently. So there are some weeks when I don't get all 5 sessions in. But on the whole, when I'm having like a good run, I do get 5 sessions in. So that'll be 2 upper, 2 lower and a full body. But yeah, this week I'll be doing 2 lower, 2 upper. The full body session's the one that kind of goes by the wayside, and that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I'll be back doing upper again on Friday. I've got a massage tonight, so it's like 5 p.m. here now. I've got a call at 6 p.m. with one of my clients to discuss her competing season next year. She's been with me for over a year now, and we've done a prep now and like a photo shoot prep, and now she's ready to talk about competing. So we've got a call set up for that, and then I've got a massage after that. So massage this evening to sort of just keep on top of my deep tissue. I've also bought myself a pregnancy pillow to kind of be more comfortable when I'm sleeping at night and stop me from lying on it and stuff like that. So I'm doing my best. Stop the peptides, because I did that for 3 weeks, and realistically, being honest with myself, I was trying to throw money at the problem. Realistically, peptides are great for all sorts of problems, like with tendons and certain injuries and stuff like that, but for what I've got, it's not really going to solve it. At the least, the peptides will have just helped me overall with like just general body recovery. Like, at the end of the day, growth hormone is a peptide. Let's be honest, that's why my recovery is like generally quite good, and I can generally push the way I do for 5 sessions a week because I have growth hormone in daily. So yeah, like it was just an experiment really. I don't think it's worth me carrying on. I think I need to really focus on just doing the rehab work, always stretching, careful when I'm sleeping, keep on top of deep tissues, and just put the work in like I do with everything else to just make sure that I keep on top of that and it doesn't get worse again. But at least like my hips and knees at the moment are okay, because my hip was dodgy after Croatia as well, and that was on top of this. And at the moment I'm managing absolutely fine with my lower half. I can push in the gym again on that, and it's fun. So I'll keep on top. I'll always keep stretching every night before I go to bed. That's part of my routine, and it just keeps me doing it daily. So just always keeping on top of it, because it's when you slack that things get bad again. So I won't be letting that happen. And that is the end of this vlog. I don't think there's much else to cover off, just pushing through with the off season, keeping my foods really easy to get down, to be honest with you. At the moment, we're talking no potatoes. You know, I have struggled with appetite quite a lot recently, especially when it's been hotter, but just pushing through, getting the meals in, and yeah, just making the progress now. And then come sort of mid-August, I will be doing my shit. That's next month, which is wild. So I've only got 5-6 weeks left really to just push and really like hammer into my training now. And then I will be pulling back quite harshly for 6 weeks just to kind of pull off some weight, essentially, because I'm pretty heavy now, sitting at 148 roughly at the moment. I've been 148 the last couple of days. I've been avoiding 150 like the plague, as I've said previously. But I mean, I'm sure 150 will hit solidly in the next couple of weeks, and that's fine, because I was 153 at the end of my last push-up. So if I can be a little bit lighter and look a lot better as well, then I've done a really good job. So happy days, ready to pull back for a bit, just reset for 6 weeks, kind of go in hard, to be honest. I'll probably make sure that it's like, you know, quite a lot of cardio from the off. I find that quite easy and quite structural to just get cardio in. Probably put Clen in straight away, just with it being a 6 weeks. Just honestly, I'll just send it, to be fair with you. For 6 weeks is not a long time and I want to be sort of pulling off maybe £2 a week, £1 to £2 definitely, and then that could I could easily pull off about £10 in 6 weeks if I push it. So that's my goal, that's the aim, see what I get to. Looking forward to documenting that for you as well. But before then, you know, lots of fun events coming over the summer still, and I'll just keep on top of giving you updates on my training. If there is anything specific that you want to see, obviously just let me know. Other than that, all the links below to use my codes, to start, like, you know, inquire about coaching, and look at my Instagram if you don't already follow me on there. So anything else that you need is in the links below in the description. And apart from that, I'll leave you here, and any comments welcome below as well. Please do like the video if you have got this far. Please subscribe if you are new and you're not yet subscribed. And until next time, ciao for now.